Okay, we got the SHOZY Hibiki Special Edition. I believe it's the Hibiki, same as the previous two. This was supposed to come with the Tin Audio T2 Pro and also something else. It never arrived because of the typhoon. Just totally messed up everything in Japan. Anyway, this is the SE, the special edition of the Hibiki special edition. I believe it's got a 12mm graphene driver with dual coils, so it's really essentially, I believe, a single dynamic, which makes it quite similar to the original Hibikis, which are these ones, and then the newer ones, which, as you can see, are very, hey camera, very similar. Their cutout form is essentially the same. The material on the back is like a non-allergenic plastic, while this was a softer. Not really different at all. I struggled to determine the difference and then thought I was making it up in my head. So this was not something that I really wrecked, because I couldn't tell the difference between what was what. If they didn't have different faceplates and textures on the shells, I don't know if I could separate the two. And next comes along the special edition. So let me go ahead and unbox this. Slide that off. Inside, let me turn on my DAP. That takes a little bit of boot up time. Okay. Open it up. And we have some dust. It can't be helped. AAW SHOZY. I'm going to actually look at this for a quick second. Shows an exploded view. You know, I've checked the internet briefly, and I'm really not coming up with what is different between this and the other two I just showed you, besides the custom shell. So, take this off. I like this kind of cable. I can't stand inline controls. It's a personal thing, has no relation to anything. I just have a paranoia that anything between the transducers and the connection to your device, anything that breaks this chain, for whatever purpose, has the possibility of degrading the quality of the sound. So I prefer controllers not to be in line, unless requested, which I didn't. But when you get stuff for free, you don't, you know, the beggars don't be choosers, whole thing like that. Pull this out gently. As a matter of fact, what I might see is if, yeah, that would be probably smarter. Start to learn, like on a monkey level. Or not. Okay, there we go. Can I reach back there? No, that was a pointless endeavor. I don't want to snap these or put any stress on the connections whatsoever. Okay, the shell looks the same. Put that down there. Roll that out. Okay. And then we got the tips down there. And we don't have anything else. The tips. Put that back in. Put your tips back in your little spots. What's that? Sounds nothing. Okay. So before we get into sound, let's get into the looks. Looks nice. I don't know what that is, if that's like a wood under lacquer or something. Looks a little different than what I saw on the internet. That vent and that vent look for all intents and purposes to be the same. And let me take the tips off of the new and improved AAW version. Get some buck off of there. Okay, these are virtually identical. Side dip. I believe I can. I'm seeing reflections, or I'm starting to just get glimpses of the inside. Yeah, I think I'm just getting. This looks like the same thing. Let me go and pause this. Okay, just figured I'd share this with you. As I tried to put the bigger tip on, this happened. It's not a traumatizing event because I hate screens, but this one actually just slid off right by itself. So, hope that turns out well. I don't like screens anyway. Maybe that's the first time though. So putting these tips on. And broke the screen off. Now this is medium tip that I want to replace with a large, which is not that, which is not that. Where would be the large? I guess that would be maybe the large. Go ahead and see if I'm gonna no damage done there. Okay, let me go ahead and give this a listen. Okay, what besides beauty are the differences? Honestly, with a set that looks this nice, and I think it looks nice, going with an upgraded cable compared to these other two would have been a good idea. It's just a visual separation between the two. If this is a special edition, then a little special treatment would have been besides the plate, in my opinion. I really never could get the difference between this and the AAW or AWW or whatever collaboration. Never could get it. These sound nice. I was totally not. I need a cup of coffee. Not in the best of mood. I thought, here we go, like the third of the clone. And these actually sound good. What I'm going to do is, because they're single dynamic, I've got other single dynamics, including the TFZ King LTD and a couple others, and I'm going to go ahead and do a gladiator battle. Play about 4 or 5 songs, go through what I like about each one, and pick a winner. These could actually be very good. My mood is perked up after listening to music with this. I listen to Photograph. If I slide up, it'll show me what I just listened to. Didn't know that about this device. Hey 19, Taking It to the Streets, Can't Find My Way Home, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, Helpless, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Time in a Bottle, Time and On the Run, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe Again, international remix, God Bless the Dead, Tupac, Gold Dust Woman, Foreplay, stuff that a lot of you are familiar with. Sounded good. Mids didn't sound bad. Is this different from those? It was difficult to really get onto those because it felt like I was pimping the same item again and being told it was different because they put a different faceplate on it, and I ain't into that. This looks different and it sounds possibly different. So putting this up against some single DDs would seem to be a good investment of about 15 minutes of my life. The cable's got to go. And for SHOZY's, if you're going to call something a special edition and you're releasing something in the same literal mold as previous models, one of the differentiating factors between the previous and the present would be a cable, which you could get for not that much money. You're already charging more for this than those. Nice shiny gold or something, and then make it look special. Make it look like a special edition. I think that would have helped a lot. Unless they do that and I just ended up getting this one, so I don't know. But sound-wise, this is going to get another video. Packaging is what you saw. Design is what you've seen. And sound is maybe slightly different. So I'll go through and listen to it. Fast rock with Def Leppard sounded fun. I enjoyed it. This is something that would be similar to the TFZ LTD, I believe is the name of that one. That would be an interesting comparison, and possibly a couple other things I got coming. So I don't give it a rec yet. This is just an unbox. Everything up through the unboxing and the comparing to this, it was a miserable. I should have drank coffee before I did this video experience. Then I listened to it and I thought these sound nice. And I saw a graph on the internet that showed these looking like a horror show of treble and mids, and I'm not hearing that at all. So, and the treble I would have definitely caught. I didn't catch that. Graphs, God bless them. They're only as good as the people that create them, though. Remember that. The graphs that you saw 5, 6, 7 years ago were done by very few people with that gear, and now you can get that gear for not much investment plus the software, and you yourself can be a superstar of the internet by making graphs, and whether or not you got a good seal and all of the variables the professionals take care of on a daily basis, but you don't because you're not a pro, gets done and then puts on the internet. When people do image searches, they see frequency graphs that are possibly not accurate. So the one that I saw about this that had a massive dip in the mids and a massive pronunciation in the treble. I've been in Japan too long. I'm learning my English. It doesn't sound reflected in this set. So I'm 13 minutes in. That's way plenty. Way plenty. Let's get into. I want to get into pretty things. How about that one? That looks good. So these are going to get their review, and I'm going to compare them with some other items. I just repeated myself for the 4th time. I really got to go get myself some coffee. I thought these were going to be a slight bashing, and that's not the case at all. These two right here, the original and the AEW, anybody want them? Pay for shipping. $40. How much do these charge? I'll give you $50 off and shipping, and they're yours. They're good, but I can't tell the difference. These, throw a new cable on there, maybe those gold ones, and these could be special. Don't know. It's funny how stuff starts out like, oh yeah, no, look at that, and then you plug it in, and then this is about the music. So once the music starts, everything starts to happen, or not. It seemed to happen. I seemed to feel motivated to do a full video on these, and so I will. And this is the SHOZY Hibiki SE Special Edition with some kind of a special plate on it. Otherwise, virtually identical to the previous offerings in this shape and form factor by SHOZY. However, unlike the previous two, this does sound slightly different. Is that all in my fucking head? I don't know. But I'm gonna inspect a little bit deeper. So that is an unbox of the. Can you hear that 80s reminder in the background? That's not so bad, is it? They look nice. You know? They sound good. Cable, throw that in the garbage. Put a cable that deserves to be on something called Special Edition. SHOZY. SHOZY. I'm talking to you, SHOZY. Better cable for the Special Edition. For this stuff, whatever, I get it. For the Special Edition stuff, a better cable. Dakara. Special. You know what I'm saying? So, only missing link on this is a nice cable. And I'm a cable slut, but even if I wasn't, I'd still think that this should have a better cable, because it's called Special. So, reviews coming. Comparison for sure. And I'm out.